Hare Jayom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajikacharya Stotra Shatashri Srimad Divine Grace of Hare Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON founder Acharya BBD Sanstapaka Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnav Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Jai Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Good morning, everyone. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashta Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama-shloke Bhaktir-bhavati naishtiki. So today we are reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 15. Chapter is entitled Description of the Kingdom of God. Text number 21. So everyone can respond. Shri Rupini Kvanayati Charanarvindam Nilam Pujena Hari Sadmani Muktadosha Samalakshate Spatika Kutya Upeta Hemni Sammarjativa Yad Anugrahena Anyayamaha Anyayamaha Shri Rupini Kvanayati Charanarvindam Lambujena Hari Sadmani Mukta Dosha Samlakshate Spatika Kutya Upeta Hebni Sammarjati Vayatanugrahena Anya Yamaha Shri Rupini Kvanayati Charanaravindam Leelambujena Harisadmani Mukta Dosha Samlakshate Spatika Kutya Upeta Hebni Sammarjati Vayatanugrahena Yamaha Shri Rupini Kvanayati Charanaravindam Leelambujena Harisadmani Mukta Dosha Samlakshate Spatika Kutya Upeta Hebni Sammarjati Vayatanugrahanenam Yamaha. Somebody would like to respond? No? Someone would like to try?
I'll try.
Please try.
Sri Rupini Kavanayati Charanarvindam
Leelambujena Harisadmani Mukta Dosha Samlakshate Spatika Kutya Upeta Hebni Sammarjati Vayatanugrahena Yamaha. Anyone else? Shri Rupini Kvanayati Charanarvindam Leelambujena Harisadmani Mukta Dosha Samlakshate Spatika Kutya Upeta Hebni Sammarjati Vayatanugrahena Yamaha. Anyone else? Okay. Shri Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune. Rupini, assuming a beautiful form. Kvanayati, tinkling. Charana Aravindam, lotus feet. Leela Ambujena, playing with the lotus flower. Harisadmani, the house of the Supreme Personality. Mukta Dosha, freed from all faults. Samlakshate, becomes visible. Spatika, crystal. Kudye, walls. Upeta, mixed. Hemni, gold. Sammarjati Eva, appearing like a sweeper. Yat Anugrahena, to receive her favor. Anya, others. Yamaha, very much careful. Translation: the ladies in the Vaikuntha planets are as beautiful as the goddess of fortune herself. Such transcendently beautiful ladies their hands playing with lotuses and their leg bangles twinkling, are sometimes seen sweeping the marble walls, which are bedecked at intervals with golden borders in order to receive the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated that the Supreme Lord Govinda is always served in his abode by many, many millions of goddesses of fortune. Lakshmi Sahasrashatasambhrama Sevyamanam. These millions and trillions of goddesses of fortune who reside in the Vaikuntha planets are not exactly consorts of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but are the wives of the devotees of the Lord and also engage in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is stated here that in the Vaikuntha planets the houses are made of marble. Similarly, in Brahma Samhita it is stated that the ground on the Vaikuntha planets is made of touched stone. Thus there is no need to sweep the stone in Vaikuntha, for there is hardly any dust on it. But still, in order to satisfy the Lord, the ladies there always engage in dusting the marble walls. Why? The reason is that they are eager to achieve the grace of the Lord by doing so. It is also stated here that in the Vaikuntha planets, the goddesses of fortune are faultless. Generally, the goddess of fortune does not remain steadily in one place. Her name is Chanchala, which means one who is not steady. We find, therefore, that a man who is very rich may become the poorest of the poor. Another example is Ravana. Ravana took away Lakshmi, Sita Ji, to his kingdom, and instead of being happy by the grace of Lakshmi, his family and his kingdom were vanquished. Thus, Lakshmi in the house of Ravana is Chanchala or unsteady. Men of Ravana's class want Lakshmi only without her husband, Narayan. Therefore, they become unsteady due to Lakshmi Ji. Materialistic persons find fault on the part of Lakshmi. But in Vaikuntha, Lakshmi Ji is fixed in the service of the Lord. In spite of her being the goddess of fortune, she cannot be happy without the grace of the Lord. Even the goddess of fortune needs the Lord's grace in order to be happy. Yet, in the material world, even Brahma, the highest created being, seeks the favor of Lakshmi for happiness. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaiva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So did everyone break their fast? Yes? No? How many devotees have not broken their fast as yet? Well, we have a large window today, 11 o'clock. So I'm sorry, I did break my fast, so I'm completely comfortable right now. Hare Krishna. So first of all, I would like to thank all the devotees for coming in this morning for the Bhagavatam class yesterday. I was informed that how it is the desire of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj that we should have regular Bhagavatam classes as far as possible. So this is wonderful. We are trying to follow the instructions of a great senior Vaishnava, Guru Maharaj, and following the instructions of great personalities, we receive their blessings, and such blessings, they help us advance in Krishna consciousness. So, this verse was specifically chosen this morning because based on certain discussions that we had recently, we thought that this verse would be appropriate. It speaks about service, isn't it? But somehow the service seems to be motivated. Although service has to be unmotivated and uninterrupted, there seems to be motivation here, and it's not wrong, because such motivation is definitely acceptable. It is that which can enthuse every practitioner to render service. When Rupa Goswami, he defines devotional service in the Nectar of Devotion, he says, Anyabhilashita Shamyam Gyan Karma Anadi Adi Anavita. So Anyabhilashita, Acharyas have commented, especially Gaudiya Acharyas, they have said that Anya Abhilashita, Abhilasha means desires, Anya Abhilasha means other desires, Shunyam means without other desires. But when the word Abhilasha is used in the form Abhilashita, it indicates that almost no desires. There can be certain desires that are okay or favorable in Krishna consciousness. Like, on a lighter note, humorous note, one of the favorable desires in Krishna consciousness is to serve Krishna by having the choicest Mahaprasad. Yes? But Rupa Goswami, when he mentions this, he is especially indicating that sometimes a devotee may desire to have some more time, a little more lifetime, or some other desires along similar grounds, so that one can complete a particular project in the service of Krishna. So, desires which are only to receive the grace of Krishna, those desires are all right. So here, it is specifically stated that the beautiful ladies in the kingdom of God, Sri Rupini, they are all very attractive. Every single one of them. There is no beauty contest in the spiritual world. There is no beauty pageant there. No ramp walks. Because everyone is beautiful. And it's very difficult to try and distinguish between who's more beautiful and who's less beautiful. When you have a whole bowl full of rasagullas, an entire big vessel of rasagulla, it is difficult to say which rasgulla is more sweet, which is less sweet. Isn't it? Well, obviously you can distinguish between the size, but the sweetness. It's very difficult to say this is more sweet and the other is less sweet. So that is the sweetness of the beauty in the spiritual world. Everyone is so attractive. Although everyone is so attractive, no one is attracted by the beauty of each other. Or rather, I wouldn't say attracted, no one is distracted by the beauty of each other. Now how? Because sammarjativa, sat marjana. Have you heard the word marjan before? Now, marjar and marjan, there's a little difference between the two. Marjar, when it ends with an R, that is basically a cat. And marjan is with an N, which ends with an N, is cleansing. Yes? So sat marjana, sat marjati eva. They are cleansing the walls of the palaces. And specifically, it seems this could be the palace of Krishna. So, Srila Prabhupada in the purport, he raises the point. Why? Why do we clean anything here? Why do we clean? Why do you clean something in this world? Maybe there's some dirt on it. Make it look good. How? By bringing a sparkle on it. So maybe it's sparkle or its stage, its effulgence has been covered over by a coating. So either there's a coating on it or there's some dirt on it. You clean it. So there is some intent behind cleaning it. On Vaikuntha, the palaces are all of marble. They are lined with gold leafings. Still, the ladies in Vaikuntha were as beautiful as Lakshmi Devi herself. They are sweeping. The word is used in translation as like a sweeper. They are sweeping or they are polishing marble on the walls in Vaikuntha. Elsewhere it has been stated that they are sweeping the streets also. Why would they do that? Do you think in Mother Yashoda's palace there is a need of people who come in to clean on a weekly basis? There are hired people who come in. What today is house cleaning. Although Vrindavan has a lot of dust, no one would want to clean out that dust. That would be a little unfortunate. Once Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj. Everyone knows Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj. You've heard of Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj? Yes. He's always there on the altar of every ISKCON temple and in the house of every ISKCON devotee. If they have an altar with the Guru Parampara. So Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj was very renounced. And for many, many years, practically almost 50 years of his life, he lived in Vrindavan. And then he moved over to Mayapur. So when he lived in Vrindavan town, so he would regularly do parikrama of Vrindavan. And in those days, Loi Bazaar was small, there were not many hotels, there were no commercial buildings, a few dharmashalas. In fact, after a particular point, like beyond Fogala Ashram, it was all fields in those days. Fogala Ashram was also not there. Beyond Bake Bihariji, there was only fields. It was Chatikara Road, beyond Bihariji's temple. So, every day, Babaji Maharaj would do Braj Parikrama, and he would meet many saintly devotees and many seekers on the Parikrama Marg, the Parikrama path. One day he saw that a rich merchant, a very, very wealthy merchant, was doing Dandavat Parikrama. You know Dandavat Parikrama? You fall down flat on the ground, then you get up and go ahead like that. So he was doing Dandavat Parikrama, and when he would get up, it kind of dust his kurta. Because there was, when today, not many of us have that facility because everything has been, the Parikrama path has been updated for the benefit of visitors. There is tar road, asphalt. Yeah. So today, if you want to offer parikrama, you won't get any dust on your dhoti, kurta, or saris. After some time, you may have to purchase a particular, we may have to rent out a particular spot just to receive the dust of Vrindavan. That's how much commercialization has taken over the town of Vrindavan. Very rarely you get the dust of Vrindavan. Raman Reti has only become Raman. Reti has gone somewhere. The sands have kind of slowly, they are receding away from the town of Vrindavan. Anyways, so he would dust off. And Babaji Maharaj looked at him and he said, he's so unfortunate. He's such a wealthy person. But now he's throwing away all the wealth, dusting off the dust of Vrindavan. So Vrindavan has a lot of dust, but still in Mother Yashoda's palace, you don't find that people come in for cleaning. But still, sometimes Mother Yashoda is brooming the floor, or Mother Rohini is kind of dusting things. What is the reason? Does it become dirty? Does it have a coat over it? None of that. Because the spiritual world is characterized by no decay. There is no decay in the spiritual world. Nothing ever gets destroyed. So why would they want to do it? Yat anugrahena, simply to receive the grace of Krishna. And Krishna would just glance at them and say, through his glance, very good. Very nice. So this process of margin, cleaning, dusting, sweeping, different words are used in different contexts. It's very, very important for a devotee to understand. Generally, when we come to Krishna consciousness, the very first service that anyone gets is clean the temple hall. Immediately, everyone is attracted to it. Somehow or the other, they are inspired to render service, so it is kind of common sense, I guess. And people look around, especially in India, I'm not sure here how it happens, but in India, people just look around and their eyes are literally searching for a broom. And if they find a broom, they just start sweeping the floor, the temple hall. Yes? And for those of us who had the opportunity to go to Vrindavan and see how traditionally in Vrindavan the devotees would live, like they would have a small cottage, or they would live in a little forest grove, a kunja. Every morning without fail, after they've had their morning bath, every devotee picks up a broom and sweeps the ground where they are performing bhajan. So clean. Previously, when we would do Vrindavan Parikrama, or even now when we go to some places in Barsana, or even in Navadvip, Mandal Parikrama, Navadvip Mandal, every day, so many devotees in the Holy Land, they have their area where they perform bhajan. The first act that they perform is they broom, झाड़ू लगाते, और उसके बाद they sprinkle water on it, and then they sit down to do bhajan. Why is that important? In Kali Yuga, one of the important principles of dharma that has slowly disappeared is cleanliness. And because of laziness, because of procrastination, various other reasons, cleanliness has really taken a back seat in Kali Yuga, which is unfortunate. Because without external and internal cleanliness, the practice of devotional activities becomes a little difficult, cumbersome. The mind, once a place is cleansed, the mind feels comfortable in that particular place. If things are strewn around, the mind is not really very comfortable. Let's say, like after class, everyone gets up and all these small pieces of these seeds are still there. You feel a little awkward, isn't it? Like something's missing. You naturally feel that you should go and pick them up and stack them somewhere. And once it is stacked, you feel a little comfortable. Yes? So, the natural constitutional position of every living being is to be comfortable. And comfort is found in cleanliness. Because when everything is clean, then it is easier to focus. One is not distracted. Therefore, every morning, before any other activity that we perform, the first activity is to clean. According to all the rules and regulations of Sadachar, all the activities, the Nitya Krama that one must do, all the activities to be performed right from waking up to sleeping at night, the Nitya Krama. The first activity is get up from your bed, lift up your bed, stack it in some place, clean the place with water, and at least broom it. Today, that is so impractical. You cannot lift up your bed all the day, it's like really heavy, and you have a thick mattress on it. Trying to lift it up every day and put it back. It's an impossible task. And what to speak when we are staying in hotels or motels or places that we rent. We are waiting for the housekeeping department to come in and clean. And no wonder it's difficult to chant our rounds. No wonder one feels a little more sleepy in such an environment. No wonder laziness overcomes us. Yes. So, Cheto Darpana Marjanam is one of the first principles of trying to free ourselves from the clutches of the birth and death cycle. And it is an ongoing principle throughout. The cleansing of the mirror of the mind has to go on. It is not just the first principle and then you go on to the next principle. And so important it is that even in the spiritual world, the residents of Vaikuntha planets, they engage in the activity because the principle is important. Many, many years ago in Vrindavan, there was a young saint. He had come over all the way from the east coast of India, Orissa. His spiritual master had sent him to Vrindavan to study under Jiva Goswami. His name was actually Dukhi Krishna. Dukhi was the name given to him by his parents. Now, Dukhi generally means someone who's sad, unhappy. Yes, Dukhi. Dukha means, what is Dukha? Distress, misery. Yes. So, Dukhi. Why would anyone name their child Dukhi? Anyone here who's named their child Dukhi?
Yeah.
Somebody has done that? Who has done that?
Lots of people in Bengal.
Lots of people in Bengal.
They are born in Dukhala, and they keep the name. They don't know even by the meaning of that.
Many people in Bengal.
Yeah.
Huh. So Dukhi, this boy, was born after many of his siblings, they died immediately after their birth. Like 5 or 6 children, they were born and they died immediately. So now when this child was born, the child survived. So the parents were so concerned that the child should not die. They named the child Dukhi. And the reason they named the child Dukhi was that Yamaraj should be compassionate on him. So just in case Yamaraj would visit him and find that the child's name is Dukhi, Yamaraj would feel already he is so distressed. Why should I give him so much more distress?
Exactly. That is the
You see?
yes.
They would name the child Dukhi. They named the child Dukhi. Dukhi grew up into a young man and was completely interested only in serving Krishna. At an early age, Dukhi went and took shelter of a very, very great devotee of Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, who lived in Bengal. His name was Hriday Chaitanya. Hriday Chaitanya initiated Dukhi into the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And he gave him the name Krishnadas. But devotees, they carried on the tradition of calling him Dukhi. So he was always spoken of as Dukhi Krishnadas. Jiva Goswami at that time had the best university going on. And good career if you went to that university. So Hriday Chaitanya, he decided that Dukhi Krishna is a very intelligent young man. He has all of this exceptional qualities. He wanted him to be under the tutelage of Jiva Goswami, so he sent him to Vrindavan. So the Krishnadas came to Vrindavan. And Jiva Goswami would not only give Shastric understanding to his students, but he would also encourage them to render some humble service. So Dukhi Krishna Das, his service was to sweep the forest groves of Vrindavan, especially on the banks of the river Yamuna, in a place known as Seva Kunj. Seva Kunj is a huge area where anyone who comes in contact with that divine place is inspired to render seva or service. The very name suggests that this is a place where one is completely inspired to render service. So Dukhi Krishna Das was every day he would pick up a broom and he would sweep the kunja, the groves, in the place known as Seva Kunj. And one day, as he was brooming the grounds of Vrindavan, he was like sweeping the grounds of Vrindavan and Seva Kunj, he found an effulgent object. It was so effulgent, it looked so divine, that Dukhi Krishnadas completely forgot that he had to go on sweeping. He just picked it up and was completely enamored by it. And suddenly he realized, how am I, a renounced personality, attracted to this object? It was a golden trinket, something that ladies wear on their feet, on their fingers of their feet. Or as their anklet also. So it is a nupur. It's called nupur. So he found a nupur. Whose nupur is this? So he put up a notice. If anyone has lost their effulgent golden nupur, please contact on 317-418-6606 or something like that. Lost and found. No one came to claim the nupur. So now she was confused what she should do. She could not throw it away because that would be callousness. You could not keep it because that would be kind of taking out, yes, being the proprietor of that. So, he was really concerned, what should I do? So the next day, that entire day, he was a little disturbed. Jiva Goswami was out of town, so he could not approach Jiva Goswami. He could not reveal it to others because they may feel, people have ideas. There would be rumors, so he could not do that. So he was waiting for Jiva Goswami to come back. Now the next day he went about his service again. So he was sweeping the grounds, but he was constantly meditating on the nupur. And he, from time to time, would be a little concerned that why am I meditating on this nupur? I am supposed to meditate on my service. Why am I meditating on this nupur? And then he found a beautiful young lady, a young girl, maybe 14 years old, thereabouts. So beautiful, so attractive, so effulgent. Dukhi Krishnadas was like stunned seeing her. Now this was completely unexpected of him. Because he's a young man and is practicing a life of renunciation. And he's completely stunned. And the reason he was stunned was because the person in front of him was so attractive, so beautiful. Now generally, if a young boy is attracted by the beauty of a young girl, then there are emotions that begin, arising within their consciousness. However, Dukhi Krishna's heart, Dukhi Krishna Das's heart, was not agitated by such emotions. But his heart was indeed agitated. The agitation was, who is this personality? How can I serve her? You see, Seva Kunj, the effect of the place, the effect of the person. So he goes up to that young girl and says, I've never seen you before. Are you looking for something? The young girl said, yes. My friend, she was here yesterday. And somehow, as we were playing, she lost her nupur. Have you seen it anywhere, young man? She said, did you see that anywhere, O Sadhu? He said, I may have seen something like that. Please, can you give it to me? He said, no. How can I trust you? How do I know that you're not making up a story? Unless and until the owner of that nupur comes and approaches me, I'm not going to reveal anything. So they had some conversation, but he was adamant. So finally she said, all right, let me take you to the owner. So they went to another kunja. And this kunja was like no other kunja that Dukhi Krishna had ever seen. There were jewels everywhere, and it was sapphires and rubies and emeralds. The ground was studded with gold and all precious stones. And the flowers were of such brilliant colors. Peacocks were dancing, and the parrots were kind of flying here and there, and including macaw parrots. All very exotic birds and bees. And this was like, after a year of eating khichdi, if you get champan bhoga, that is how it appeared to Dukhi Krishna. He'd never ever seen such magnificence. There, on a beautiful jeweled throne, sat this young girl, was looking at him, and her smile was so radiant that Dukhi Krishna Das could not take his eyes off just her smile. And her eyes, there was such an ocean of love and compassion. His entire body was shivering. His senses were stunned. Who is she? The young girl, she said, the one who he had met previously, she said, this is my friend. She lost her nupur. Now do you believe me? And Dukhi Krishna is like, And he says, the only way I'll believe is if I will put that on her feet, and if it fits her, then I believe that it belongs to her. And the young princess on the throne, she indicated for Dukhi Krishna to come up to her. And she held out her glorious lotus feet. And Dukhi Krishna put the anklet around her feet. It fit. And at that moment, there was such an eruption of happiness within his heart. It was as if a volcano of prema, love had exploded within his heart. He fell down on the ground senseless. And he came back to his senses. The young friend, the friend who had initially approached him, she was fanning him. Oh Sadhu, what has happened to you? But he could not speak anything, for his throat was completely choked and tears were streaming down his eyes. And the young girl, the young princess, she smiled at him and she put her lotus feet on his head, blessed him. And then she took that very anklet and she pressed it against his forehead and gave him a mark. She branded him. Such kind of branding is all right. And he received a special tilak. Such a special tilak that since then he never had to put on tilak because it was a permanent mark. The young princess was Srimati Radharani. The friend who had brought him to that kunja, to that grove, was Lalita Devi. And the young man is none other than Shyamananda Pandit, our great Acharya. Since then he received the name. Radharani herself, she gave him the name that from today onwards you shall be. Or Lalita Devi she named him. Radharani did not speak during the entire interaction. She was just smiling. And that is it. She said, because you've given pleasure to my friend, Ananda to Shyama, therefore your name shall be Shyamananda. So you can never know what you're going to find when you're sweeping the temple floor. Sometimes we are not interested in doing that. But then we miss out on a rare anklet that may be somewhere. Yes? Another story about sweeping the floor. Is that alright? Because it's beyond 9.
Yeah, sure.
Now we'll stop.
We can continue.
Mr. Darshan, now we'll stop. So that yesterday we were having a discussion that sometimes there are certain services we think we have graduated beyond those services. And that could be true. We could graduate. However, if we have graduated, that means what we have graduated and what we have already finished doing, that is no longer difficult for us to perform. It's an easy task for someone who's graduated beyond that. So if we have graduated beyond certain menial services, basically it means that we are expert at it now. And whenever we can do it in a very expert way. Yes? Plus, as I said, you don't know what we'll find. Yes? There are many stories that people have just been sweeping and they find that which they are looking for. Just through menial service. Even Srila Prabhupada found that. And that was a story that I was going to narrate. Maybe next time.
No, please tell now.
No, deities darshan. Yes? Thank you very much. Sorry? Yeah. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Prabhupada ki jai. Granth Raj Srimad